Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We are again present here today for the pre-bid conference for civil works under invitation to bid number 2023-019 in one contract. Also, invitation to bid 2024-007. We have two contracts. We are live via YouTube and compliance to Department Order number 06, series of 2024, which direct us to stream activities like this for accountability and transparency of procurement processes. Before we proceed, may we request the Secretariat to please acknowledge those who are present here today.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Our attendees for today's activity pre-bid conference for civil work for 2nd District Engineering Office, we have here the first starting to our chairperson, Engineer Edwin L. Acub.
Present.
Regular member, Engineer Leslie Pinto. Present. Provisional members, we have Engineer Jeffrey C. Salmon
Present.
and Engineer Arthur
Present.
From the back secretariat, we have here the member, Ms. Gernie Verde. And from the back PWG, we have here the members, Engineer Aladen M. Alagon, Engineer Dean Paul G. Igalinos,
Present.
Engineer Ernesto D. Tero.
Present.
From the planning and design, we have Engineer Darrell Anthony Hernandez, Engineer Sarah Jane Thomas, and we would also like to acknowledge our viewers via YouTube. Good morning and welcome. That would be on Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Since with the majority of back members present, I hereby declare a quorum and call this meeting in order. We have a preset agenda for this activity. One, the presentation, 1A, basic contract data. B, 1B, requirements of bidding documents. 1C, documents to be submitted by the bidders. 1, technical component of the bid. 2, financial component of the bid. And 1D, criteria and procedure for eligibility check. And 2, questions, comments from bidders and replies of back and other representatives of procuring entity. 3, other matters. 3, strike policy against violation of section 69.1.I of the IRR of RA 9184. 4, summary of proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. Okay. May I know any motion for any other matters to be included in the agenda? May I know the pleasure of the body?
I will conduct the presentation. Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Engineer Lore and seconded by Engineer Samon. And with no objection, the motion to adopt this agenda is hereby approved. Okay, the first in order of business is the basic contract data, moving contract description, ABC and duration, and this will be presented to us by the planning, Engineer Sarah Jean Tomas and Engineer Darrell Anthony Valdez from the planning and design section.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So for the first project, the name of contract is Construction of Academic Building Phase 2, Main Campus, with contract ID number of 23LI0135, location Compostela, Davao de Oro, and with the scope of works, construction completion of multi-purpose building, Davao de Oro State College Main Campus with reinforcement brickworks, second floor beams and columns, and third floor slab, finishing works, tile works, toilet only, plumbing works, and electrical works. The approved budget for the contract is 9,949,992 pesos and 79 centavos. The source of fund is FY 2023. The contract duration is 150 calendar days, including 25 unworkable days. The size range is small b, license category CNB, and with cost of bid documents of 10,000 pesos.
Project number 2, name of contract is road widening Montevista-Compostela-Mati boundary road. K1474 plus 964 to K1476 plus 348. K1474 plus 358 to K1474 plus 543. Contract ID number is 24LI0048. Location is Maragusan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, concreting of additional 2 lanes, 2 into 4 lanes. Existing width is 6.7 with additional 2 lanes. Total width is 13.4. From K1474 plus 358 to K1474 plus 543 as per ARBIA, and K1474 plus 964 to K1476 plus 348 as per ARBIA, and K1474 plus 358 to K1474 plus 543 equal to 185 meters as per plan. K1474 plus 964 to K1476 plus 343 equal to 1,379 meters as per plan. Paved shoulder 150 mm thick. Roadway excavation, construction of slope protection grouted riprap, construction of concrete lined canal and other minor drainage structure, installation of metal guardrails including concrete posts, application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, removal of structures and obstruction, and removal of existing guardrails and posts. Approved budget for the contract is 55,860,321.92 pesos. Source of fund is FY 2024 GAA-001. Contract duration is 243 calendar days, including 57 unworkable days. Size range is medium A. License category is B. Cost of documents is 50,000. For project number 3, name of contract is road widening Nabunturan Maragusan Road K1468 plus 847 to K1470 plus 147. Contract ID number is 24LI0049. Location is Maragusan, Davao de Oro. Scope of works, concreting of additional 2 lanes, 2 into 4 lanes, 280 mm thick. Existing width is 6.7 meters. With additional 2 lanes, total width is 13.4 meters. K1468 plus 847 to K1470 plus 147 as per ARBIA. K1468 plus 760 to K1470 plus 060 equal to 1,300 meters as per plan. Roadway excavation, paved shoulders is 230 mm thick. Construction of concrete line canal and other minor drainage structure. Removal of structures and obstruction. Construction of retaining wall. Construction of slope protection grouted riprap. Removal and installation of metal guardrails including concrete posts. Application of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings. Approved budget for the contract is 60,297,375.62 peso. Source of fund is FY 2024 GAA-001. Contract duration is 248 calendar days, including 59 unworkable days. Size range is medium A. License category is B. Cost of bid documents is 50,000.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Sarah June Tomas and Engineer Daryl Valdez for the explanation of the projects to be procured by interested bidders. Next in the order of business is the requirements of bidding documents, and this will be discussed to us by Anthony Legardi.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Sir,
morning.
who participate and qualify in the procurement activity. Interested bidders are encouraged to read the following documents: instruction to bidders, bid data sheets, general conditions of the contract, special condition of the contract, bill of quantities, drawings and specifications, and securities and other forms as may be required for the contract. Bidders are strongly advised to read each provision, especially the instruction to bidders and the general condition of the contract, whose special instructions are clearly spelled out in the bid data sheet, and special condition of the contract, respectively. Bidders are also encouraged to check the bill of quantities so that your bid will be responsive to the requirements set forth in the bidding documents. These documents can be downloaded free of charge from the PhilJEP's DPWH website, and interested bidders shall pay the applicable amount for the bidding documents not later than the submission of your bids. That would be all, sir.
Thank you, Garden, for discussing these documents. Next in order of business is the documents, 1C documents to be submitted by the bidders. So again, unveiling regarding this will be discussed to us.
The following documents should be included by the interested bidders in their bids. Number one, the technical component of the bid, which includes the PhilJEP certificate, if not enrolled in the CWA, PCAB license and registration, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, SLCC, NFCC computation, and statement of total assets and liability. Joint venture agreement if applicable. If already enrolled in the CWR, eligibility documents to be updated, if any, the bid security, project requirements, and organizational chart for the contract, list of contractors' key personnel, list of major equipment owned or leased, and omnibus sort statement in the prescribed format in accordance to the GPPB Resolution 16-2020. For the financial component of the bid, which includes bid form, bid prices and the bill of quantities, detailed estimates including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals to be used in the coming up of the bid, and the cash flow by quarter. Please be reminded that the following documents, such as the omnibus sort statement, bid form, bid securing declaration, if you have to use this type of security, should be in the standard format as the guidelines of GPPB Resolution number 16-2020. And we may urge you to kindly check the format of the document you are using to avoid being declared non-responsive pursuant for using of unprescribed format. This document should be submitted using the 2-envelope system. Bidders are urged to only fasten the document at the topmost portion instead of hard-bound or soft-binding them. Each document should be ear tagged appropriately. It should be labeled based on the name of the document attached, not on the number or letters according to the checklist. There shall be 3 copies of the documents to be submitted: the original, the copy 1, and copy 2. Original copies of the technical component of the bid shall be sealed on one envelope, and original copies of the financial component of the bid shall be sealed on another envelope. These envelopes should be labeled as original of the technical component and original copy of the financial component. These labeled envelopes shall be then sealed into one envelope and labeled it as the original copy of the bid. The same process for the sealing for the copies 1 and 2. Lastly, the original copy, the copy 1 and copy 2 of the bid shall be sealed into one final envelope and labeled it appropriately as instructed in the bidding documents. Bidders are encouraged to read Section 21 of the Instruction to Bidders, page 40, to fully understand the sealing and markings of the bids. And submit your bids personally here at DPWH Davao de Oro Second District Engineering Office located at Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. We are temporarily located here at DPWH First Engineering District. On or before February, March 7, 2024, before 10 a.m. And you also have the option to submit your bids through electronic submission. The preparation of the technical and financial documents of your bid are outlined in the Department Order number 87, series of 2020. The sealing and markings of the bid is also outlined on the said DEO and is reiterated on the bid data sheets. Interested bidders are advised to read this in case your choice of submission is electronic submission. Submit electronic bids to electronicbids_Davao de Oro 2 at dpwh.gov.ph on or before March 7, 2024, 10 a.m. Please be reminded that the key personnel should only occupy one position on your organizational chart. The duplication of functions of your personnel will be ground for disqualification pursuant to the principle of item number 6 under Department Order number 9, series of 2012. We may request you to please also indicate also the tax identification number since this will be used for the awarding of contracts. And please be reminded that your bid form request you to please write it legibly. And also, if you are offering a discount on your bid form, please indicate and specify the methodology as to where or which the pay item of the discount will take effect. Absence of methodology, original amount will prevail. Discrepancies between the bid prices in words and in figures, the words will prevail. Bids not addressing or providing, filling out or all the required item in the bidding documents, such as in the bid of quantities, the bid will be considered non-responsive and is outright disqualified. We may request also to please check your documents appropriately before submitting the same to our end to avoid disqualification of your. That's all, sir.
Thank you, Ma'am. Well, regarding the addition now, in handwriting, right, basically, no, in bill of quantity, I recommend to use Tahuma 11, here, no, use Tahuma 11, no, the Tahuma style 11, and then prospective bidders in detailed estimates like in using the indirect cost, no? Kasi talaga yung OCM, overhead, contingencies, miscellaneous, and then contractor's profit and back. Because it is need for the construction during implementation, like the variation orders, no? And extra works need that. Okay, in addition, would like to remind the bidders to submit trainings through email prior to the bidding date. However, only one of these three names will be able to enter the premises during the bidding activity. Okay, next in order of business is the 1D, the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, and this will be discussed to us by Engineer Ernesto Tero Jr.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The criteria for eligibility checks are set forth in Section 23 of the revised implementing rules and regulations of RA 9184. All prospective bidders shall have an updated Class A legal, technical, and financial documents and Class B documents if applicable. These documents were already discussed a while ago. During the opening of bids, the first envelope, which contains the technical component of the bid, shall be opened. After opening the first envelope, the BAC shall simultaneously conduct the electronic eligibility check and the preliminary examination of the technical components of the bids. Bidders who are ineligible to participate because their eligibility documents are not updated shall undergo manual eligibility check based on the submitted eligibility documents. If found to be eligible uh, and at the same time pass the preliminary examination of their technical proposal, their financial proposal will also be open. However, the committee will conduct a second electronic eligibility check after updating the eligibility records of the bidder through the contractor's profile application or through procurement service in the central office. Results of the latest electronic eligibility processing shall prevail over the manual eligibility evaluation. All open financial components of the bid shall undergo preliminary examination. If passed, the committee will rate the bid amount stated in the bid form. The BAC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using non-discretionary criteria in considering the first, completeness of the bid, and second, the rhetorical corrections. Bids shall then be ranked in the ascending order of their total calculated bid prices, as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications to identify the lowest calculated bid. The lowest calculated bid shall undergo post-qualification in order to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. Pursuant to Section 34 of the Procurement Law, if found to be responsive, the bidder will be declared lowest single calculated and responsive bid and will be recommended for award of the contract. If found to be non-responsive, the committee will conduct post-qualification to the next lowest calculated bid ranked during bid evaluation stage. Also, bidders with ongoing contracts shall be reminded that the committee will verify if you have existing delayed contract with a contractor Department Order number 127 series of 2018. The strict application of RA 9184 in the conduct of post-qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contracts with the DPWH. If you have incurred negative slippage as defined in the said department order or currently being imposed with the liquidated damages, you should settle these findings before the period of post-qualification ends to avoid post-disqualification of your firm. Also, all requirements set forth in the bidding documents and the instructions relayed during the conference should be addressed and will be taken care of to avoid disqualification or post disqualification. For the equipment verification team, the BAC, with the assistance of the equipment verification team, will be strict on the compliance of equipment as part of the post qualification as per Department Order number 127 series of 2018. As part of the post-qualification, the equipment verification team will conduct an inspection on the verification of the equipment pledged by the bidder, including other documents to be evaluated. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Tego, for that discussion. We are now through with Agenda 1 and we proceed to Agenda 2. Questions, comments from leaders and replies of BAC and other representatives of procuring entity. There is questions. If there are no questions, we will proceed to Other matters, number 3, other matters, three-strike policy against violation of section 69.1.I of the IRR of RE 9184, and this will be discussed to us by Engineer Lord.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers. Prospective bidders are reminded that the department is implementing a three-strike policy against violation of section 69.1.I of the IRR of RA 9184. Pursuant to Department Order Number 17, Series of 2015, the following are considered to be acts that tend to defeat the purpose of public bidding. Letter A, a bidder that had purchased bidding documents but subsequently withdrawn from the bidding, submitted a letter of non-participation, did not submit a bid without a valid cause as determined by the Bids and Awards Committee concerned. Letter B, a bidder submitting a late bid without a valid cause as determined by the party concerned. Letter C, bidder submitting insufficient defective documents, such as insufficient bid securities and other deficiencies. We would like to highlight the word insufficient and defective. Letter D, other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of public bidding as determined by the concerned body, provided that these acts had been indicated and discussed in the instruction to bidders, bid bulletins, notices, and minutes of pre-bid conference and other similar instruments. As per department order, every time a bidder is observed to have done any of these acts mentioned, shall constitute to one strike. For the first violation or strike, a first warning. For the second strike, a second warning. For the third strike, which together with the two first strikes constitute the first offense against the three-strike policy, an administrative penalty of suspension for 1 year from participating in any procurement process in any office of the DPWH. For the second offense, the second set of three strikes committed by the bidder, an administrative penalty of suspension for 2 years from participating in any procurement process in any office of DPWH. So bidder, please always read the bid data sheet and comply with the instructions in the bidding documents, including those that were discussed a while ago, to avoid not only disqualification or post-disqualification, but also constituting a strike against violation of section 69.1.I of the IRR of the RA 9184. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Lord. Okay. In addition, prospective bidders, remind that please read, understand, and comply to avoid a three-strike policy. Now, we'll proceed to the last agenda, the summary of proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. And this is to be presented to us by Engineer Gubito, Mr. Gubito.
Good morning, everyone. All the needed information were discussed and explained by the resource persons. I would like to remind the prospective bidders to visit from time to time the DPWH and Pedret's website, especially within 7 calendar days prior to the deadline of the submission of bids or supplemental or bid bulletins to be issued thereon. Please also be reminded that the submission of bids on or before March 7, 2024, 10 o'clock p.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bid opening shall be on March 7, 2024, 10:15 p.m. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Gubito. Okay. Again, there is no questions. None so far, sir. Okay. Okay, all of the business in the agenda were already taken into consideration. May I know the pleasure of the body?
I move to adjourn this meeting and premise.
I'll second.
Okay, it has been moved by Engineer Gudito and seconded by Engineer Samon. And with no objection, the motion to adjourn this conference is hereby approved. This conference is now adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Good morning.